Hello, everybody. Good morning. Happy Saturday. How are you? Hope you're having a good start to your weekend. This is Labrish. As always, we are talking about our favorite reality TV shows that we love. We're talking about Love Island All Stars at the moment, and of course, from a Black perspective. Allow me to reintroduce myself. I'm all things sugar and shade Sade. Hey, and I'm here with.
I am Nana, aka the Black Fairy.
Yes. And we've got a lot to talk about today. But before we do, make sure you put that like button immediately, please.
Yes.
Share with like-minded people. Make sure you get involved in the conversation. We love your comments. And also subscribe. You know what?
Yes.
Subscribe to our channel. Subscribe to Your Aunties Could Never, Nana Evans Com, and Hey It's Sade Salami. And if you're watching on TikTok or Instagram, no, not TikTok, X or
Yes.
Instagram, make sure you pop over to YouTube to like the video as well, kind of thing. So yeah.
Yes. Oh, hello, Alicia, Erin. And I'm Erin, aka the Black Widow. Yes, she is.
Yeah.
Hey, Lady Lyrics. Hey, Aaliyah. Hey, Janelle. Happy Saturday.
Hey, guys. So, yes, it's Saturday. We got a lot to talk about. Oh my God, last night's episode was a lot. We had almost World War III in the villa. Toby has been ostracized. Abacus is breaking down, and Georgia S has a very, very big decision to make. Okay, so let's get into it. Well, before we do, actually, guys, what's your one word to describe the episode? Nana, starting with you.
You know what? My one word was victory. I loved it.
Ooh.
I just this is the Love Island episodes that we need. So yes, victory. We got it. Even if it was one episode, it was a great episode.
Okay. No, it was a great episode. I think my one word is carnage. It's just absolute carnage. And I did love it.
It's the best.
I'm not gonna lie, I love it.
Janelle said, I thought you guys were gonna jump on last night. I wish
Oh,
you know, but I watched it quite late.
yeah.
Alicia said bombastic side eye. Leah said Palmer 2.0.
Mm.
Rad said extraordinary. And Gilda says messy.
Mm. Yeah, it
Mm.
was very messy. Imagine being that messy without Mitch. Crazy. Crazy. That's how you know. That's how you know. So we start the episode at the recoupling where we have Sophie and Abacus just left standing there. Do you know what I mean? Josh is gone next. He's like talking about, he feels like with Sophie things can work on the outside. Do you know what I mean? And he obviously chooses Sophie. Georgia H quickly sends Abacus some love. She's just like, oh, hold in there. Do you know what I mean? Like, and tells Callum to, make sure it's a good one. And I was thinking at this point, yeah, Callum has actually been done so dirty. It's unbelievable. He goes on to say, you know what, I don't think you should be standing there. This is the second time Toby has messed two girls around, and it shows the level of his emotional immaturity. He thinks that Abacus is a great girl and someone will walk through the doors for her. It might not be him, but she deserves it. He just had to put that in there, innit?
I
Do you know
know,
what I
and
mean?
I was like, Callum, that was unnecessary. We all know you're not interested in Abacus.
Exactly.
That's cool. You don't need to reaffirm that you're not. She isn't now deluded, like, oh my god, it's me and Callum. Like,
Yeah,
it's
no,
like
we've got a chance.
and the pressure though from Georgia H to be like, Callum, do a good job. It's like, dude was thinking about what he was gonna say to Georgia. This is very hard. This isn't easy, but he did an all right job, all in all. I was
I
like,
think so.
he did okay.
Yeah, I think so. I honestly felt for him. I think I've got a soft spot for Callum.
I don't know
I can't
why.
explain it.
No idea
I
why.
can't explain it. But I do have a soft spot for him. Yeah. And I'm just like, oh, poor babes, man. Poor babes. So yeah. Abacus, of course, is so upset. She was just, as soon as she sits down, she's like, he's an absolute coward. Then as soon as she gets a chance to get up, she's like, he's an immature little twat. Like the insults were just coming. We see Georgia H and Molly run after her immediately. You know, she's still talking like, what a little boy. I can't lie. I don't like it when people outside the community use the term boy to describe people. I don't like it. Yeah. Yeah, I don't like it. She might be right, but I don't like it.
Oh my god. I get it. But I guess to her and her age, Toby is a boy anyway. But this is a boy that you wanted to play with, so
you were doing bits. Like, he's what, 25 or 26?
24. He's 24.
24. He's 24 and she's 33.
Yeah. Dude.
The fact that are you expecting?
Exactly. You should expect a 24-year-old to play in your face.
Absolutely.
And then when he does, you want to start calling him an immature boy. Of course he is. His brain hasn't even fully developed yet.
This is what I'm saying. He's new in the world. He's only had one relationship. What do you think is gonna happen?
Alicia said Toby is a Nigerian demon.
Read that one. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Allow the demon talk.
He's
a menace. He's a menace. I can't lie.
He's a menace. Okay, he was playing at looking remorseful in that moment, but at the same time, he didn't give a hoot.
He didn't give a caca. He didn't give a caca. So Chris and Kaz were sitting with Toby. Do you know what I mean? It's just like, yeah, it's fucking nuts. It's nuts. It's nuts.
I loved that Kaz didn't run with all of the white women. I love that to take place.
To be fair, they probably told her to stay though as well, because she obviously could talk sense into Toby because they know each other in it. Do you know what I mean? Dynamic. Yeah. Yeah, and basically Toby's just like, obviously I can't talk to Abacus right now because she's way too upset. The rest of the boys are like, because Chris is there too, the rest of the boys are like separate in a different area. Josh is just like, that's a mad rash decision. He was probably thinking, that's something I would do.
Well, I should have done.
I should have done. Do you know what I mean? It's true. It's true. Callum is kind of incensed in the most Callum way. Do you know what I mean? And he's just like, does he have a brain? Does he not know how people work? Does he not know how emotions work? You know, like, what's wrong with him? He's a coward. And he should have broke it. You know, he should have broke the news to Abacus's face, you know. Abacus herself is crying hard. Now, I mean, like, belly, heart, like, do you know what I mean? I'm surprised there was a tissue, so maybe the snot wasn't there. She's crying hard for this 24-year-old. She was crying so hard. She was just like, it's always me, you know. It was so embarrassing. It was so embarrassing. Honestly, like, I literally was just thinking, like, there ain't no way in hell that I'd be crying this hard on national television for Toby, for a 24-year-old.
No. Not after I had suffered that level of embarrassment. If I need to bawl like that, I don't care what the cameras, producers are telling me. I am going elsewhere because I need to sort myself out, and then I'm going to come back and I'll give you a scene. But I'm not bawling with girls being like, "Oh, poor you." Right. No, never. No, I'm not. I'm not giving you that because my ego wouldn't allow it. I've been humiliated. This is now. I need lines. Like, I need to go back. I need to come back with all of the cusses that I'm going to deliver to him. Like, I need to collect myself. I can't do it.
Yeah, I can't. Like, that honestly, and I feel like I can say this with my whole chest, could never be me. Could never be me. Seriously. The way I messed up his life.
Erin said her tears brought me joy. Is that wrong?
Erin, No, it was a lot. It was a lot. But I can't lie. I was a bit like, oh, this is awkward, bit indifferent, but this is a bit awkward. Do you know what I mean? Like I felt awkward. I felt even more awkward when Georgia H was just like, I ain't just you, babe. She never misses a meet to try to try and center herself. Honestly,
When I tell
it's
you
just
that
like,
girl is prolific in your pain, I've doubled it and had it worse than you.
yeah,
Like she is prolific in always being able to put herself in the fray. Like
honestly,
she doesn't miss it ever, ever. Some
ever.
drama takes place. Georgia H somehow appears. Yeah, I've done that. Like she's always there. It's literally like this girl with something else. And she
Ain't just you, babe. Is literally just me. It's
yeah,
literally just me in this moment. It's literally just me. Why are you trying to take focus? That was fucking irritating. I cannot
this
stand it.
scene needs to be Arabella and Georgia S. That's it.
Mm,
They're the two stars of
yeah,
this at this
yeah,
moment with
yeah,
the
yeah.
girl.
It's
But
got nothing
somehow
to do with
Georgia
you.
H is like, hello. Let's not forget me. Like, it's like no.
Exactly. All the time. So yeah, the other girls arrive, and obviously with them comes, do you know what I mean? Georgia S. You just see Molly. Molly's face for me. Wait, hold on a second. So I'm so sorry. I've got a delivery again.
Okay, let me go through some of
I'm
the comments.
coming. 1 second. Sorry. Yeah, get some comments.
Yeah, all right.
I'm
I'll just
just like,
scroll up, guys. Gilda says, and a fake crying Georgia S. A stroll in acting like she's a paid funeral crier, most definitely. Immature reviewer says, anyone will see me fry in public after that level of embarrassment. You don't get that from me. Never. Not a hope in hell. Aaliyah Shaw says, like they were legit real tears. That's crazy. Yeah, nah, mad to cry like that at that moment in time. I think they were legit real tears though, because of the tissue and
who?
everything for Arabella. I think
Yeah,
she was
yeah. I think she was
acting.
crying.
Yeah,
She
I
was
think they were.
literally, she was crying, but she was crying from embarrassment. That's what she was crying from. Do you know what I mean? Like I was just like, this is way too much, and she couldn't control it. Do you know what I mean? And then
Yeah,
when Georgia S came along and started crying and made it about herself as well, do you know what I mean? I think it was setting her off. She was like, I'm sorry, I don't want you to be mad at you. She pushed herself through and sat down and was just hugging her.
this is the thing. I thought, did somebody jump up for her to get in there, or did
She
she move
pushed
her?
herself. I think she moved them.
There was no space there. To go back to the before the door knock, Molly's face that they
Yes,
captured and Georgia walked in
yeah.
was just. It's. I was like, Georgia, could you not just give Abacus a bit of space to cry
A
without
minute.
you being there? Just let her have a minute, and then you can be like, let's talk. How are you just running in straight away and then making it about you, where the girl can't even get her thoughts out? Like
Mm.
yeah,
It was
no.
horrible. It was actually disingenuous. I didn't like it at all. Thank you, Alicia. Guys, please book the like button for us, okay? Please, as well. Thank you. We're so in it, we keep forgetting to say it, but I appreciate you guys reminding us as well. Seriously. But yeah, so Abacus, like, so Georgia Esh is sitting with her. Abacus is like, he's an immature little boy. We were, do you know what I mean? But I was just like, but you was doing bits with him. That's the thing. I couldn't, my brain just kept on going back to the reality of it. Like, you was doing bits. He's so mature. He's doing bits. How can he change his mind? And also as well, obviously Toby had the whole day to say
Yeah,
something to her, and he really, really didn't. And he didn't have the decency to to say anything to her, which I do generally think that's out of order. Like he
yeah,
absolutely should have said something for sure. Do you know what I mean? And then she goes on to like, it's how embarrassing it is for herself. Georgia S is now covering her face. So she
yeah.
starts here, and then she's like here, and it's like you're squeezing the tears out, innit? You're squeezing the tears.
Or it was tickling you because
Mm,
overall gassed, and
mm. She
I
was
think
properly gassed.
she couldn't muster the tears factor to come in, and also
Mhm.
why are you crying? I needed somebody to ask, Georgia, why are you crying?
This is
Why?
the thing.
Why are you crying?
It was serious, and then that forces Abacus to say it's not your fault, it's got nothing to do with you. And it's just like, in my moment of need, yeah, I'm having a crisis, but you want me to look after you. No, cannot stand those type of people. Cannot stand them. Do you know what I mean? You might have just got cussed out just,
Yeah.
just for being it. Like, who
I
was
can't
it that done it?
lie.
Who
I
was
can't
it that
lie.
done it?
No, that type of stuff I can't participate in.
Nah.
Well, either gonna say something like
Mm-hmm.
or remove you, like Georgia, let us go and let Abacus chat. But I wouldn't be able to sit down and participate in this type of victimhood taking place in my face. Like
No.
I'm not.
No,
I'm
no,
not
no.
there to comfort you like that. I can't witness it. I'll be cringing. I'm dying inside. So
Yeah.
we got, or I'm leaving. I'm not witnessing.
Yeah. I literally would be like, can I just get a minute? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I would have to like, I would have to say something like, you've got to go. Or like, if my friend is there, if Molly was real friends with Abacus, do you know what I mean? Me, Molly, I'm saying to you, can you give us a minute? You
Yes.
know what I mean? Like, seriously, because what the fuck are you doing here? Honestly, like, honestly, I was so annoyed by her. I'm so annoyed by her. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, she was just like, oh, I'm so baffled. This is Georgia S. I'm so baffled. We didn't even have a conversation. You fucking did. You're a liar. You did have a conversation.
That was lie number one, that episode. That was the first of that. So she had then begun to be like, I am now going to lie to everybody. But that was
Yeah.
her number one lie.
100%. And I think, yeah, I was just annoyed by the whole thing. Molly's face as well was literally what I was thinking. Like, it's just like, yeah, I think someone said it. Yeah, Gilda, Molly's eyes tell a story. Absolutely, she was not buying it at all. I think she just wanted her to stop, like,
Yes.
stop participating into this. Abacus was literally sobbing. Sobbing. Wow.
The sheer
Wow.
humiliation, I'd be bawling too. But I'm just not.
Yeah.
I'm not doing it on camera. But I would. There would be no way. As I said, I would have dropped on the floor.
It would have,
You can't do that to me on national TV with multiple cameras. Like
no.
you know this is a moment, and what the last few days ago, whatever their bits were, but you were either touching me, I was touching you. That took place, and now you're
Mhm.
humiliating me a couple of days later. Nah,
The
or we're
only
fighting.
My
We're
only
fighting
other thing was,
too.
oh yeah, or we're fighting, like something, or I'm screaming into a pillow or something, like, do you know what I mean? But I would have to get the energy out in some sort of way.
Yes.
Like, yeah, I might have to just scream. You see, like Katie, she used to do this. She used to just scream into the air in her season. I might have to just do that.
Something, because that
But
is wow. Can you imagine?
that's crazy. It's crazy when you think about it. It's so crazy. My other thing was just like, is she acting? That's the other, because obviously she wants to do Hollywood, all this kind of stuff. Like, I was just like, okay, you know, every camera's on you, you know, the whole thing. Like, was she just acting? What do you think, she has the ability to be that good to be acting like that?
No, no.
No?
I think that was visceral reaction to
Okay.
it. There would be something a bit more staged if this was planned. I think it was like so from Toby's point of view, I can imagine that was manufactured, as in, I'm going to do this with Georgia, and
Mm,
somebody like sees this moment to do this with Georgia. I
mm,
can see the producer coming up with this is perfect, but I think Abacus's reaction was
mm,
pure shock and humiliation, and I've got to let it out. Like that would be the moment that a wicked producer would want to do, and I
mm.
think it's done victoriously. Like
It's probably
it was a
Rihanna,
moment. It's a
Ywande's
moment.
cousin is on the team or something.
Exactly. If there was reality TV awards, that
Mhm.
there needs to win. That needs to win something because that was perfectly executed.
Yeah. Mate. So back outside, we see Chris still sat with Kaz and Toby. Toby was like, "Oh, you know what? Obviously, it wasn't a nice decision, but I had to make it. I think there's actually a future with me and Georgia S." And Kaz obviously was like, "The timing is shit. Like the timing is super, super shit." But Toby's reasoning is just like, if I leave tomorrow, then I wouldn't have had a chance to do this. Do you know what I mean? So I have to take the chance. I would be kicking myself, even if she rejects me. At least I've tried. Kaz is obviously like encouraging him to apologize for the timing. This is where you see Toby.
You see Toby.
Toby is just like, yeah, I'm not apologizing for choosing her.
Yeah. You see Toby. Don't get you see when somebody doesn't give a hoot. He was ready to start arguing with Kaz over this. Like I was literally like,
He
Toby,
really,
Toby is an asshole. Like
he really, really, really is. He's out of order. He's like, and he's fully aware. He's like, I'm gonna be ostracized. Like, do you know what I mean? I was just like, yep, he's a bad you. He knows what's coming. He's just like, oh yeah, it's gonna be bad. And he's just like, yeah, I can take it. His thing is like, I can take it. I can manage it, Kaz encourages him to talk to Cal first, and he literally rolls his eyes. He hates this guy.
I know, yeah. He don't rate him. When he was calling him a dweeb, there was more words that he was using as well. But dweeb, he can't stand Cal. To him, Cal is an absolute pussy hole.
Yeah.
And,
yes.
Cal didn't prove him wrong.
This is what I'm saying. So they go in chat, yeah. And Toby's like trying to be on a humble one, like, honestly, like, I'm sorry I put you in this position. Obviously, my history with G hasn't really gone from my head and everything like that, and I had to pick a person that I had the best connection with. Cal was just like, yeah, the most hurt person here is obviously Abacus. Do you know what I mean? She stood there crying. You gave no indication at all. You didn't care for anyone's emotions at all. Do you know what I mean? Like I get your perspective, but me, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do anything like that. Do you know what I mean? Like, you're entitled to the way you do it, but I don't rate it. Do you know what I mean? And he just basically encouraged him to go and talk to Abacus. And I just thought, like, I do like the fact that Cal was like, concerned about Abacus in, like, from one human to another. I do like that about him. Do you know what I mean? But he didn't have a backbone in this at all. Like, do you know what I mean? He did ask, like, what did he ask? He asked, is like, oh, had there been any reciprocation from Georgia S? That was when I was just like, oh, so you are concerned about your own feelings in your own situations. Do you know what I mean?
Of course he was. But even that was like, Cal. There's people have been saying it's a wet wipe, because that's just you deflecting from actually addressing the issue that you have with this guy. So it's very easy to be like, nah, but think of Abacus. That has nothing to do with you, really and truly. Like, do her own shit. At this moment in time, Toby has taken your girl. What are you gonna do about it? You're talking about, I think you should talk to Abacus. What is that? You need to find out what made you have the tenacity to actually do that with the girl that I was getting to know. That's what he needed to be asking him. What were you two talking about? And then we would have been like, okay, Cal has something to him. At this point, I'm like, Cal, you deserve for everybody to play in your face, because it's going to be hard for you now. We're seeing this on national TV. If you manage to get another girl like Molly, people are going to take her from you. Like, this is how it is.
Not deserve. No. No, but I feel like Cal is just like, it is what it is. That's how they ended it, isn't it? It's like, it is what it is. What can I do? That's it. Like, do you know what I mean? And he's like, in the heart, he was just like, there's brave and there's stupid, and that was just stupid. Like, he doesn't rate Toby. Do you know what I mean? So why would he argue with him? Yeah.
You gotta tell him that this dude is okay. So even in their situation, how it all went down, if I was Georgia S, I'd be like, okay, what's the show of masculinity here? How was going on? I'm going to Toby, because where's your balls? You can't do this. Like, but even if you're just fronting, like, where is your show of I have this girl is mine type of like, where's your possession? He's come along and just been like, I can take it from you. And you're talking
Yeah,
about abacus.
he is. I can. What do you call it? I can take your. I can take your girl. He's Mr. I can take your girl. Alicia, yes, Callum is soft. He is. He is.
It's like, dude, man, this is your moment. At least try and redeem yourself.
Mate. So
And
there we see.
what he called him was immature. I was like, okay, is that it?
We see Cal talk to Georgia S, yeah. And you can see he's annoyed. He's a bit annoyed and everything, and he's just like, how has he done that? How has he made someone feel invisible? Like he's not concerned with people's emotions. Maybe a sign of maturity, and Georgia S is just like, I feel partly a part of me feels responsible. Cal's quick to say it's got nothing to do with you. Do you know what I mean? Encourages her to sit closer. Do you know what I mean? Say, you're my woman. And but he does bring up, he seems to think that you two aren't done. And she was just like, no, I've chatted to him today. It was nothing like that. I would never disrespect you. And I was like, you would.
Yeah, and you did.
You absolutely would. She was like, I'm not that girl. And he was like, I trust you. He said, I trust you. He doesn't want anything to change between the two of them. I think he thinks, that he doesn't rate how Toby behaves. He's not the kind of guy to blow up for no reason. And he thinks that if I display those kind of, do you know what I mean, traits, that Georgia S is going to like him more. But I just feel like Georgia S likes a bad boy. That's what she likes.
Yeah.
And
she lied.
She lied.
She lied. Like, I can do nothing to disrespect you. That was a lie.
Yeah.
He asked her something about like
being fully closed off.
Yes. And she never answered him. And I was literally like, that's pussy.
He was saying to her, like, look, tonight I was gonna tell you that I want to be fully closed off, which was given very reminiscent of Amy. I was going to tell you I loved you. That's that kind of vibe. And he asked her, how do you feel about that? She was just like, I'm baffled. I'm lost. I'm a bit overwhelmed. And I just thought, like, you know what? Actually, although Georgia S is taking the piss out of Callum for that response, she's taking the piss. There is a lesson here, though. Do you know what I mean? It's just like, don't ever, I think a lesson that she's just shown is like, don't ever let anyone pressure you into answer. She was like, I'm lost, I'm baffled, I'm confused. I'm not answering your question right now, babe.
She's a master.
She is.
But she actually needs to go into politics because she is so quick with it.
She's so quick.
I was like, bruh, this girl is skilled at this stuff. Like, every day that passes, Georgia shows me another level of how skilled she actually is. Because that was such a direct question.
Yeah.
Then go back a couple of steps to how you're feeling at the recoupling. Like, it was like, right, she's quick. Like, and he still carried on her line of thinking. Like, he didn't even come back to, no, but you haven't answered me. He carried on with, oh, I know how you must be feeling.
Yeah, don't worry, babe, he said, and hugs her.
Idiot! Like,
she's so dumb. He's so dumb for her. He really is. He is. Seriously, Fred Flint says she comes out with lies without stuttering. It's true.
Or missing a beat. She's so quick, you don't even have the time to think she's thinking of something. She's so smooth. It's like,
she's believable.
Yeah, he lost his way. He didn't even know what he had asked. He just carried on her narrative. I was like, she's good. She's good at this.
She's very, very good. So then we see Toby and Antelope going to have a conversation. GS actually was just like, oh, that's going to kick off. And Cal's like, she's got every right to. And I just noted, that why is it that Antelope has a right to kick off? I just noted in the history of Love Island, she has a right to kick off. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bag that one.
Yeah.
So yeah, Toby's like to Antelope, do you want to talk? She's just like, no, I don't have anything nice to say to you, but okay. He does start off with a sorry. He did.
Yeah.
He's apologized in the beginning. She's like, sorry is not going to cut it. It's not going to cut it. He's like, my intention was not to hurt you. She's
That's
just like, there was too many wild things in this, to be honest. Yeah. She was just like, you know, you could have made the blow a little easier. We could have chatted today. He then goes into what seemed like a monologue. Yeah. He's just like, I feel like on the outside, I've got a better connection with G, like a girlfriend.
No, like literally, okay, so you start off with on the outside, I feel like I have a better connection. Boom. Like a girlfriend. Boom, boom. Like just
Bro, seriously. Antelope was that she starts then spiraling. Yeah, do you know what I mean? Her voice is getting louder. She's just like, yeah, but you were coupled up with her. And I, you know, do you know what I mean? Then you was like, you didn't wanted to get to know others. Then it's like she gave you everything. You didn't want that. That wasn't good enough for you. Then I gave you everything. That wasn't good enough for you. Like, what the fuck is going on? Like, I don't get it. Do you know what I mean? Toby's just like, yeah, if my intentions was wrong, then I would have just saved your feelings and literally been in a friendship couple. What kind of response is that? And he was annoyed. His face was annoyed at the winning time.
At this point, he was getting off, like literally, just like, why are you questioning what I was doing? And even when she was like, she gave you everything, all I kept on thinking was, she gave you vagina, and then I gave you vagina, and he basically was saying hers is better than yours.
He did.
Basically,
that's what it was. Do you know what I mean? He's like, my head's going back and forth. Antelope is just like, yeah, G, she's an amazing girl. I don't even have a problem with her. Like, you know, if you two work out, which I don't think you will, because she's happy with Callum, I was just like, you don't know Georgia S. You don't know her. Seriously. Then she's like, as a guy, you haven't done bro code. They're the second favorite couple. You tried to rip them apart. She was just going for all the things. And you know what? Through this whole thing, yeah, Toby was doing a very Nigerian and probably other cultures too thing where he was just like, like, I was just like, nah, he doesn't rate her at all. It was so like, nah, he's dismissing every single one of those is dismissing your point. Like, he's
like, not, and so
yeah, and so I hear you, but like, what? Yes, and like, I swear to God, do you know what I mean? And he was just like, yeah, I don't see it as me ripping them apart, you know. I see it as like, what will be will be. If she rejects me, she rejects me, you know. Oh, he was so dismissive, and he was just like, if this is how my journey works out, then so be it. That's what it is. She's, you know, says to him, like, I think it was a bad move. And, you know, talks about, you know, how she she opened herself up to him. It's like, you know, you really opened yourself up to me, and that's a testament to yourself. What? No. At that moment, yeah, if I was Antelope, the way I would have done a 2-hand slap.
Yeah,
I'm slapping your head with 2 hands.
I don't know how these lot, I mean, maybe it literally is like, if you do violence, you lose all of your money or something.
Oh, maybe.
I don't know how somebody can talk like that in my face. He didn't even look apologetic with how you have given me the biggest humiliation probably of my life. Like, that I'm going to have to live this clip going around forever and ever. And you're then being like, you know, the fact that you kind of gave yourself to me is testament to yourself. Like,
what?
No. If I don't hit you, I have to go onto a table and smash something.
I have to.
Yeah.
I don't know how you get that out of your system. I don't know how you just sit there and take that. I'm not built like that. I'm not built like that.
Or the next morning you wake up and they're like, nah, this is what this dude said to me. Like, you know, when it replays in your mind, like, like so it may be
and it
2 days
would
later.
be replaying.
Yeah.
In that
but
moment, I was just like, is she a football player? Are you her coach? Are you giving feedback? Like, are you HR? Like, what is this? Does she need a pep talk?
yeah, that's what he was doing. He
Why
was like, I know you're down bad at this moment in time, but you're still a good person, you know.
yeah, that's a
Chin
testament to
up,
your character.
chin up,
Yeah.
chick.
Let me go get my girl real quick. Let me go get my girl.
Oh,
Seriously. And she's like, you know what? You throw that back in my face. He's like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry. That's sorry. You can eat your sorry, Toby. I swear to God. Eat
you
it
know
right
what,
now. I swear to God.
Toby.
Mm.
I haven't underestimated Toby. Can't lie. I didn't
Mhm.
think Toby had this in him at all. I didn't think he was that. He was made of that stuff. But now I truly understand why him and Tyreek are boys,
Mm.
and why Toby was selected before Tyreek. Toby is actually the master of it. Like Toby is actually truly callous and will walk on any girl's heart. Like he is that guy, most definitely. This was
I'm gonna say this. I don't know about Master because I feel like Tyreek would probably done a spin in such a way, yeah. Everyone would hate themselves. Like, do you know what I mean? It's not just gonna be like seriously. But like, I just think that Toby, his Nigerian side was just glowing in that moment. Like, he was absolutely ruthless. His response were logical and controlled. That it was just like it's whatever. It's like it's whatever. I understand that you're upset. I do. I get that you're upset, but this is what the situation is, and that's very familiar in my culture. It just it really is.
And truly deal with it and don't question me. Like,
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. And the thing is, this is what I'm saying. Yeah. This is what I'm saying. Why he's taking the piss, and I don't know how in touch he is with his culture. Yeah. But you're the junior. Imagine. You're you're junior to me. You're talking to me anyhow. You fucking crazy. Nah. 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 I felt for her because it was such a disrespect.
yeah.
I think this is the only time I've really felt for her because actually I was satisfied last episode. Do you know what I mean? I was satisfied. I was satisfied. This was too much. It was too much. He went above and beyond. He went above
No,
and beyond.
it was a stamp on her, like, and he also could have gone with not talking to her. Like, I actually think Toby could have been like, I've done it, and I could not speak to this girl again, even though we were just doing bits. He just did this because people were telling him talk to Abacus. But
Yeah,
Toby himself would have been absolutely fine, never talking to that girl again. And
absolutely.
because days before you were like, me and you are doing really good. Like,
Yeah,
he's nuts. He's nuts. Like,
he
yeah,
really
and
is.
him and Tyreek in the villa together,
Oh,
that's a mess. Like, no
yeah.
girl needs to actually have those two egging each other on. Like, that would be wild.
It would be crazy. The one thing as well that I did think though was I just thought though, but Chloe, Chloe just popped into my mind and I thought, Antelope, did you sleep with Toby while she was with Chloe? Because I don't understand why it's raining down on you so hard right now. I feel
Happened.
like, and you know I'm not a big Karma fan, but I feel like it might just be Karma because you didn't respect the relationship that he was in. And now you're suffering.
That happened, man. Because the timelines don't match up. And the way they were like, oh, it's just always like flirty texts between the two of us. It's been inappropriate
Yeah,
numerous times. This is why this huge swell of humiliation is coming her way. Maybe she did something to somebody in production as well. Like,
maybe.
who knows how prolific
It's
Abacus is.
true. It's
But
true. We don't know. We don't know because if you're going from 24, it's just weird. It's just a weird flex. 24, you know.
I
Like, do
remember
you know what?
Georgia.
Actually, to be fair, yeah, you know what? Do you but like, don't be acting like a pussy, yo. Like, don't be out in these streets, yeah. Do you know what I mean? Saying that you get it, you do this, you do that. Do you know what I mean? That kind of thing. And then at one crack, one thing, you're just cracking. You're just what? You should take it on the chin, bruv. Take it on the chin.
She spiraled with Chris, although Chris is getting so much satisfaction out of this, but she spiraled with Chris and she's going to spiral again with Toby. She isn't a vet at this. This isn't like, no, not how she goes on. Like, this is a bit dodgy. And I did feel for her with that conversation with Toby because it was raw and he didn't care.
Yeah.
It was that's not nice.
Do you know what is true? Babe, bio mode. How do you say that? Bio mode.
Yeah.
Saying, Arabella dared to put Toby as a second option. She didn't expect the clapback. It's true. You see, like the pride thing. It's mad, you know. They'll catch you back. Catch you back.
Yeah, Fred Flynn. If Tom wanted Arabella, she would have left Chris. To be honest, she probably would have.
Mm-hmm.
She probably would have. And he would probably be feeling that as well. That nobody's stupid in that. Maybe she thought that they literally were, but I think she was going in there like, I'm the prize. And I think all of the guys picked up on that's how she was acting. And they decided to humble her.
Yeah.
One by one. And it's like, yeah.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. So then, while this is, I guess why this is still happening, Georgia S bumps into Chris in the kitchen. He's just like, "Are you all right?" No, she was like, "Oh, is he all right? Is he all right?" Chris is like, "Yeah, he will be. He wouldn't have done this if he wasn't really serious about you and he didn't see something happening on the outside with you." And GS is just like, "Yeah, it's so nice to know that he's always cared. It's so nice."
Yes.
Yes. She's got no remorse. And I thought, like, the producers are so good to put this in. They didn't have to put this clip in, but it's so good to put this in because Georgia S does not give a shit about what's happening. She does not care.
Because it's literally, you've come from having a conversation being like, I'm just baffled. I don't even know why he was doing this, to another conversation where you're gassed that he did it. Like, dude, it's messy as hell. This is just so messy.
It's so messy.
For Chris, who I feel like now, Chris actually really doesn't like Cal as well. I don't know why, but he doesn't like. But I think Chris also doesn't really like Cal.
I don't think he respects Cal, to be honest. No. And I think it's to do with Molly, actually, and how he acted with Molly, and he kind of made her. Like he kind of like played her about a little bit in the sense of like, you weren't really super clear with her. Do you know what I mean? And he got hurt in their kind of game, if that made sense. So I don't think he likes Cal. Yeah.
Could be. Yeah, that could be a thing. But definitely at some point he will rub this conversation in Cal's face. Chris will definitely be like, yeah, she was playing you as well. Like and he will have his moment of glee in Cal being even more of an Egypt.
Yeah.
Chris is a little bit wicked as well, definitely. He is. He's toxic. Yes. He is. That's why Toby is his brother.
And the thing is, obviously, and this is the thing, and also, Chris hates Antelope. He hates her. So he's reveling in it.
He's enjoying this. Like, you could that little smirk that he had when he knew what was coming. It's like Chris was like his jokes.
He really was. He really was.
Boys assemble. Let's normalize wasting their time. That's what they've been doing. We also know that you are an incel as well. So this tickled you.
No, it's too funny. Chris was loving this. Such a vicarious thrill. Yeah, sure. He was so happy to be close to the, do you know what I mean? To the center, to the action. He loved
and support Toby all the way.
Yeah.
Like all of the other guys are like, Toby, this is out of order. No, Chris is like, you got to do what you got to do, mate.
Do you know what I mean? especially when
Okay.
it comes to Antelope, mate.
Yeah.
So we had Georgia H and Anton. I could have done without this, to be honest, but Georgia H was just like, Anton, I feel like I don't deserve you. I don't deserve you. She's super grateful. She's really happy that Anton likes her spiritual side. I thought that was funny that she brought that up. Because
Well, once Casey had told her that was why I ran away from you. Obviously, she needs to be reaffirmed.
Yeah, as quick as possible. Anton was just like, yeah, because my mum's into all of that kind of stuff. That's why, I'm used to it. I'm okay with it, and they can have their chats about, meditation and afterlife and past life and aliens and stuff. And I was just like, okay, cool. All right, so you two are going to be a thing then. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just really didn't need to see that.
We're there now, but she will play in Anton's face.
Yeah,
She's
100%.
everything I expect from a girl that is like, I'm going to go against my type because you're the one that I should have gone for, until that next big dick energy comes along and she's off. See that, poor Anton.
Yeah, no, for real. Sophie and Josh, they have a bit of conversation. Josh was saying how nervous he was. He said, like, he didn't put any thought into what he's saying. Then he said, no, I did put a little bit of thought. Sophie really liked that. She did ask him how the chats are going on with Joanna. And he was just like, you know what, Soph, it's just you now. Do you know what I mean? My head's not going to turn at all. And Sophie's like, I'm a happy bunny. And they kiss. Very sweet.
Yeah.
Hopefully doesn't take the piss though. Kaz and Casey have a bit of a chat. Kaz was praising Casey on his speech. Casey's just like, you know what, we're vibing, we're happy. Kaz is like, oh. Casey though was just like, oh yeah, but it would be good to get in bed though. You know what I mean? So, always bringing it back to the sexual.
Every turn that we have seen with those two, Casey has made reference to, I want to touch your body at some point, or touch my body. It always goes back there.
Yeah, definitely.
And Kaz may be roasting at this point. She's been in there a while. Like, it may actually happen. So
she has. I'm telling you, this is going to be fake. He's going to play in her face. He definitely is. But she'll have it. She unfortunately, she's going to have it.
It's true. She also want a bit of his banana too. So
she might. He might be packing. We don't know. He might be. Joanna and Chris. Chris, thanks Joanna for picking him. Joanna was just like, we get along so well, in fact, that I still want to talk to Josh. Chris was just like, it's always Josh.
I'm not getting a vibe from those two. I don't know where it's gonna go. Not seeing it, or maybe I don't really like their interactions. Like they're not giving me anything. I'm not being sold on those two.
I don't think I'm sold on Joanna. I just don't know. Like I think there's something. She's a very stunning girl. She really is. Like, but there's something not clicking for me. Do you know what I mean? Like, I just don't know what it is. Like, it's just not. Yeah, it's not flowing. It's not really flowing.
Oh, Janelle says Joanna wants Callum.
Oh, maybe. Well, Callum's gonna be free.
Yeah, I could see them two as a couple way more than her and Chris. I don't know. I feel like, although everybody says like Joanna is a vibe and she's quite sparky or something, maybe we're not seeing it come across on camera. So maybe
it's coming across irritating. Do you know what I mean? Alicia, what is it? What is it for you? Because I'm not really feeling the vibe. I don't know why. I really don't know why. Chris, and I think maybe because she's parring Chris so much. I think that maybe that's it. And I'm just like, I thought you was like a fun, sweet girl. But you're parring this guy in his face. Like, do you know what I mean? So maybe it's just like you're not what you're saying you are. Maybe that's what
it probably is. That every time they talk, there is a bit of a, but I could go over here. There's just there's little digs that she keeps on giving him where it is just like, either you like him or you don't. If you don't, like, just leave him alone.
Yeah. Like, why you pick him?
Yeah. It's a bit strange. But I do, Chris is toxic as well. But I do still want to have a better, sparky relationship.
Yeah. Maybe we just need to see more. Georgia S and Toby, they finally have a conversation. She's laughing, yeah, again, inappropriate. She can't even look at him because she's so happy. She doesn't want to be beaming in his face and for other people to see how much she's beaming because she's so freaking happy. Like, seriously.
The gasment is so real. I was literally like, this girl is she's a bitch.
She, she is. She is.
There's no other way around it.
She was talking about she laughs when she's nervous. She was giddy. She was giddy. So, he's like, what are you laughing for? She's like, I just didn't expect it, but she's just smiling way too hard. Then when you smile and your cheeks are hurting, that's what it seemed like. Yeah, like her face was aching. Toby basically said to her, like, obviously, sorry, like, I'm just going to talk. You turn your heads, but I'll just talk to you. Do you know what I mean? He's sorry. He apologized for putting her in that situation. But, he's saying, like, you've always been in my head. We then cut to a little scene where Antifreeze was, like, talking to Callum. And she was just like, do you think he's been strategic? Do you know what I mean? Because, like, we were, like, lower down in the thing and you guys were in the top two. And Callum was just like, nah, I don't think he's that switched on. Do you know what I mean? It's just like he hates him.
You see, at that moment, I was like, my theory that was what Toby was doing was absolutely.
Yeah. Do you think? I'm with Callum. I'm with Callum, but maybe you're right. I'm with Callum. I just don't think I think he just wants what he wants.
Yeah, he wants it all.
Yeah,
he wants to win. He would prefer to win with Georgia S than Arabella because they were at the bottom. And he wanted a prolific moment on Love Island. Like, he absolutely is that switched on, and that's why he would call Callum a dweeb.
I'm playing in your face, boo. Jamie Dyer saying that was her most honest moment. I actually liked her for a second when she was laughing. To be fair, yes, it was honest. It was.
That was her truly giving into her feelings of, I actually really do like Toby. Toby is the one. And Toby has picked me.
Yeah. And now I'm happy. I'm so happy.
Do we really believe that Toby is seeing Georgia S as the one? I don't believe
in
that.
Life. No.
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 Not at all. She's an idiot too. Georgia was saying, Callum was saying to me that he wanted to close things off, tonight. Like, he wanted to do it, and like no one's going to turn his head, and I'm the only girl he wants to chat to. Do you know what I mean? And it's just like, she was just like, well, I'm not really into. She basically said, was that later? I can't remember. She was saying something like, she's not really into it. She's given a vibe that she wasn't really into it. Toby was just like, go on, what was she going to say? Sorry.
That was at that point, but she said, like, he was telling me that, but I wasn't actually at that point yet with him. I'm not ready to close things off, and I still wanted to be open.
Yeah.
I don't believe that she would ever have said that to Callum in life.
Absolutely not at all, kind of thing. Toby was just saying, do you know what I mean? Like, I've done this, with you not knowing that I was going to do this, and even if you reject me, that is absolutely fine. Like, do you know what I mean? Obviously, it's shit that someone got hurt. He's not proud of it. Antifreeze didn't deserve it. Do you know what I mean? But like, being with her is not something that can work on the outside. And then Georgia S is like, so you feel like it could work on the outside with me? And he's like, yeah, that's why I picked you, to be fair. The love story is beginning. And Georgia S is though, but she's cautious though. She's pretending to be cautious, at least. She's just like, you know what, right now I've got everything I want in my life, and if I'm with you, it's a risk. With Callum, it'll be like, and then she kind of trolls off a bit. She's just like, look, I just feel scared. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I've got to think about it. And Toby done the perfect thing here. Yeah. He done the perfect thing. He was just like, yeah, do that. Think about it. I'm not rushing you at all. Take as much time as you need. Just chill. No pressure. Nothing. Like, do you know what I mean? Not an inkling of pressure. I've just done this because I care about you, babe. So you take all the time you need. Do you know what I mean? And then Georgia S is obviously, this is just what's tipped her over the edge. It's just like, I've got your back, Toby, in here. I'll rate you for doing it. I rate you for doing it. It's her code of, oh my God, I fucking love you. Like,
Yes.
do you know what I mean?
Yes.
Serious.
Like, what you have done is literally you've gone on a hero's journey, and you're
Mm-hmm.
going to get the princess.
Yeah. Baby.
We know it happened. Annie was fluttering, all manner of things was taking place. Georgia was literally like, I just need to play it cool for the opposites. But Toby, he's victorious. He's won.
He's won. He's won. So we see Casey, Tom, and Callum in the bedroom, and Casey's just like, this whole thing is so frigging bizarre. Tom saying, well, unless Georgia has said something, maybe she's done something, and he's saying that because he's been on the receiving end of that, so he knows. Do you know what I mean? That something could have gone down. You know. Yeah. Callum was just like, he joins them. He's just like, look, if it was me, I would have shut things down straight away. Do you know what I mean? And he generally thinks that she could be persuaded. At this point, honestly, I was thinking she should have slept outside. Do you know what I mean? If she was really into Callum the way she should have slept outside. They could have slept outside together, to be honest. Yeah. You know what I mean? But she goes on to hug Callum in bed, you know, but obviously hops in the bed with Toby. Then Antifreeze and Callum are in the bed chatting, yeah? She says the same thing. She's just like, oh, you know what? I wouldn't be sleeping in the bed with him if I was her. You know, Callum agrees, like, I would shut it down. Antifreeze is giving, because she's facing them, she's giving Callum a play-by-play. Oh, she just smirked. Like, do you think there could be something between them? Do you know what I mean? She's just watching them with her eagle eyes, like, from the bed. It was just so obsessive. Like, she's just like, they're facing each other. Like, okay. You know what I
mean? You know how wild that is for what had taken place, that Georgia S wasn't like, I'm going to sleep outside, in the hopes that Toby would be like, no, I caused this, I should sleep outside. But they actually got in the same dorm room together and slept in a bed, as to the major humiliation that had taken place to their partners. Like, it's crazy. And you didn't just go to sleep.
No, you were talking, you was facing each other. Do you know what I mean? Like, this is what I'm saying. Like, I don't know what kind of what's that word again? When you put in a box, when you put in a compartment, like I don't know what kind of method that is. I don't.
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, like, I don't know what kind of method that it, like, the strength that would have to, maybe it's strength, maybe it's not. I don't know. Like, I don't possess that. No one's sleeping, bruv. The light can go off, but no one is sleeping. Like, I'm bringing it up. I would do a Georgia H. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, are you not going to go sleep outside? Like, what's all this?
At least one of you, like, this is actually truly disrespectful that now we're having to watch you guys in a bed. Like, I don't even know how Abacus didn't to, like, say something, because I would have been like, oh, and you two are laughing with each other.
Are you crazy? Are you actually crazy? Thank you, guys. Thank you, Immature Reviewer. Thank you, Alicia. Please, guys, like the video. Please, if you like what we're saying, if you like this experience, like the video. But yeah, and thanks for the reminder, guys. Appreciate it. But yeah, yes. I think it was crazy. And Georgia H, in her true fashion in the morning, was just like to Toby, was that awkward? Then how did you sleep? Like, was that awkward? Toby's like, no, not at all. Georgia's like, no, obviously we've been here before. We've got to figure out the whole situation. If I was Callum, it's done. It's done. It was done from yesterday, but it's done.
Why Callum was still even in two minds of, I wonder if, like, or she could be persuaded, or did, like, I don't even care anymore. You don't have an option of me now. From when you got into his bed, you see how Tyreek was to Ella, where it was literally like, oh no, this is finished. Like, you can't bring him back and still like me. Like, that's how Callum needed to be. And then Georgia probably would have been a bit more like, oh my God, he's a man. Actually, there's something about him. But you're pussyfooting around and skulking and watching them. She's like, I'm gonna go for Toby. This is how it goes.
I think this guy's
David
gonna hurt her again, you know. Oh, sorry, go on.
asks, Tom's jealous. I'm not sure why, but he was unnecessarily tight over this because Toby had done this to Tom before.
Yes.
Like,
yeah. So yeah, in real life. In real life.
This had taken place to Tom. So
Yeah.
he also knows Georgia, and he knows Georgia will be talking to Toby.
Yeah.
And this is why Toby would be like, yeah, it's you. And then she will leave the guy. So he knows. He's lived Callum's
He's lived experience. He has. Fred Flynn is saying Georgia S said that she had no sexual attraction to Callum. She's been looking for someone else. She did say it, you know. She did. And he knows. And he knows.
He decided
so what
not
does he expect? What does he expect? What's Mr. Carter saying?
Said, letting you know us incels are behind Toby. I know.
We know it. We know.
Is Toby now you guys' new god?
Your current leader of this chapter. Yeah. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. But I think Toby will hurt her again. That's the thing. He was so dismissive. Because the thing is, 2 episodes ago, wasn't he talking about your voice? It's so irritating. And they want to talk about, oh yeah, she could be my girlfriend on the outside. You're taking the piss.
She's also stupid, but he knows this.
He knows this. He really does. So yeah, there was a couple of different awkward chats in the morning. Callum was to Tom like, if she wants to crack on with Toby, then go for it. I'm having no part of it. Chris and Toby having a conversation. He was saying like, you know, I did say sorry to Allotment, but obviously sorry's not enough, and she's hurt the most. Allotment was saying, I thought he respected me. That's why it's hurting so much. Sorry. Why would you think that? I'm just like, is she an idiot? Like, I did not think that she was an actual idiot. Like, do you know what I mean? I just thought that she was like free-spirited, wanted to do her own thing, do you know what I mean, kind of thing, didn't really care about what people think, confident, all these kind of things, do you know what I mean? And I also thought that she was a horrible person for what she done to Yewande, right? Like that's what I thought about her. I didn't think she was an actual idiot. Like, I didn't think that. Like, I'm surprised. She must be, right?
No, definitely. I think there's this like this fake pseudo kind of liberation in I can get this man and I'm going to do what I want. I think it's not actually real. And then when you strip that back, with most women that adopt that stance, there is a core vulnerability and pick-meism within it. And there are men that will pick up on that vulnerability and they play in their faces continuously. And so it's like you're fleeting. And as time goes on, it is like you've fleeted from this man to this man. But then there's a facade of I was strong in it. And it's like, no, there's no strength in it. Not really. And we're just seeing that with Abacus. It's like they've known who she is. Chris called it out immediately. It's like, it's not real. And then they're going to play in your face. She needs to really find out who she truly is and then start acting that way. And that man will come along. But it ain't these boys. They'll play. They'll like your sexiness. They'll think you're hot, and then they'll dash you for another one very quickly.
The thing is, like, see how she was with Tom, but to be fair, we're only seeing it for how he was with her, really, because he kind of just like, yeah, we had something, it was flirty, that's it, done. Do you know what I mean? It seemed like she would have been open, but like I would not expect the woman that she's trying to portray herself as, I wouldn't expect her to be breaking down over a 24-year-old. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, that's crazy. That just seems crazy to me. It seems weird. So yeah, I don't believe her. I don't believe her. Kaz was chatting to Georgia S, and she said, asked her, well, was you shocked when Toby said your name? Georgia S was like, yeah, I had no idea. But you know, Callum is acting a little bit strange now. He seems like he's retracting a little bit. Do you know what I mean? He wouldn't even look at me. Do you know what I mean? And she does not like that. Cal, on the other hand, was saying, you know, she's not giving me any sort of reassurance at all. Like, and if they get back together, i.e., Georgia S and Toby, then they're a bunch of kids. That's what he's saying. Sophie, on the other hand, is loved up. You know, she's like, oh, I hate to say it, but I feel so lucky.
I know, ever that is said, there is a fall about to take place, but I was still liking that she was like, you know, me and Josh are all right. But honestly, Josh is a pillhead. Like, that's not very long. But while she's happy, I'm happy for her. She seems to be getting her things and, you know, cool.
I mean, he did say he feels like things are getting stronger and stronger. So he did say something positive without, and I don't know if they edited it, without like a negative caveat, because sometimes he always said, yeah, it's good, but I'm still open. Or yes, something. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, it seemed like, okay, cool, let's see. So then the girls get a text to leave the villa. So they get to go out, get dressed up and go out. I did think Sophie looked amazing in orange. Like,
she
looked really, really good.
I did Sophie, and I really liked what Abacus was wearing as well. I liked both of them. Yeah, I liked both of their outfits.
Oh, no. I did not like what she was wearing at all. I thought she was trying to do Sharon Stone. I was just like, you're trying to do shoulder pads to show you're powerful. You're not. No.
She was absolutely power dressing. But it made her feel That's what clothes are for. Yeah, I was like, no, I see what you're doing. That's cute.
I didn't like that. So yeah, allotment, when they sat down, allotment was just like, you know what, girls, I just didn't see that coming at all. Georgia S was like, yeah, you and me both. Joanna pipes in, it's just like, yeah, I think like a lot of the girls are not going to trust him. I was just like, what are you saying? Why are you saying this? It was just seemed, I didn't like it. Just be quiet. Just be quiet.
See, I thought that was directed squarely at Georgia S because they know each other and obviously they have their beef.
Yeah.
So I think it was more like a warning to her, like you shouldn't trust him type of thing. But because it was out of context. For one, Toby hasn't said that he likes anybody else in there, and I haven't seen him talking to Joanna either, like, or anyone at this moment in time. So it was a bit like, okay, you're saying something to Georgia S. Are they going to kick off?
They haven't really addressed that, have they?
No, we haven't been talking. That's the thing.
We actually haven't. We haven't. They're not in the same groups either. Allotment was basically talking about, you know, he wanted me, he chased me. Did he?
No, he didn't.
I don't think he chased you, babe. I think that you messed up with Chris, and then he was like, "Wow, we've got history." George's with Callum. Why not?
He didn't chase her at all. That's crazy. That actually never took place. Toby didn't even make a beeline for Abacus.
No, the most he said was just like, "Are we going to be the friendship couple?" Because I've never been in one. That's the most that I remember him doing any sort of.
And she said no, and he was like, "Okay, cool."
Yeah, done. Deal done. Deal done. Deal done. And she was just saying like, yeah, now our friendship is completely ruined, like forever. Like outside the villa, he disrespected me. Anyway, Molly was just like, yeah, he blindsided you. Sophie's just like, yeah, my mouth was open. Do you know what I mean? Then we go to Sophie asks Georgia S, how you feeling? She's just like, you know what? As awful as it is, I was just like, oh God, she's not going to do this in front of everybody.
Was we expecting truth? I was still thinking she's going to lie, but yeah, go on.
She's just like, yeah, as awful as it is, I think I do rate it. Because, you know, you never know what's going to happen next. It takes a lot to do something like that. Allotment was just like, yeah, well, I spoke to Cal. And Cal is a bit annoyed that you didn't shut it down. You should have shut it down. She's just like, Georgia S is just like, it's so hard to shut something down. I've got a deep history with him. I just can't turn against him, she said. That would be cruel. She said that would be cruel. Like he wasn't just cruel to Allotment.
Basically, she told
order.
me to come out and stay out of my business. I was literally like,
Crazy
there was no compassion for
at
Abacus.
all.
Anyway, you're literally just saying, yeah, okay, he pied you, but he likes me and I like him. So what we're gonna do is what we're
Exactly.
gonna do.
What we're gonna do about it? And then a lot of them was just like, but why? Like, what? When did this even all start? Like, why would you be entertaining it? And Georgia S is now pissed off. Like, I haven't said I'm entertaining it. I'm confused. That's what I'm saying. I was just like, yet you're not entertaining it yet.
Give her 24 hours. It's gonna
Do you know
be
what
by
I mean?
yeah, Toby won.
Exactly. The boys are back in the villa, they're chatting. Casey's talking about Georgia S could be giving mixed signals. Do you know what I mean? Because it's not fair on Callum. This whole thing's not okay. The boys were basically saying it's not fair on Callum. She done this type of thing with Tom. So yeah, she's under review as well, so to speak. Yeah. And Tom points out that, you know, their actions between them are hurting other people. And Chris is there just defending Toby, right? Toby is in the background by himself, not trying to engage with any of the boys. I don't know if he's been sent on punishment or what the hell is going on, but he's not with the group, you know?
That's the only thing I think Toby did wrong. If he had bossed up and been with Chris in that moment, then I would have been like, you know what, Toby has taken Ty's title as king of the villa. But because he like shrunk into the back and allowed that ostracization to take place, it was like, oh yeah, he doesn't have his merry men. Like, you know, Ty had a little posse, so he could rule the bit. But it's like Toby didn't manage to get that crew together.
Yeah,
that was the only failing. I was like, oh yeah, Toby would have had it. He needed to be there defending himself and shutting people down. You can't hide. Like that's not
I don't
these guys.
think he has that. I don't think he has that. Do you know what I mean? Like, I just don't think I don't think he's as smart as Ty, really, if I'm being honest. I don't think he has that kind of thing. Whereas Ty can say a couple things and just twang your head. Like, do you know what I mean? You'll just be like, oh shit, yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, thanks, leader. Thanks for that clarity. Where Toby, I don't think he can do that. Yeah, so you just see him to have, you know, Cal just is anyway, just stressing that he's not going to be anyone's second option, you know. Sophie does talk about, we switch back to the girls. Sophie's talking about Josh again, and she's saying that, you know, he's saying like, obviously he just has tunnel vision for me now. He's not, and she says directly to Joanna, he said he's not going to talk to you anymore. You know what, babe? So just letting you know. And
that was
Joanna's just like, that was, and I hope she's right. I hope she doesn't get egg on her face, because it wouldn't put it past me with Josh. Do you know what I mean? At all. Joanna's just like, yeah, I still wanted to obviously talk to Chris and Josh, but if you twos are, you know, what you say you are, then call it a day. I thought this was the deadest trip in a while in Love Island. I just don't understand why they've done it. Unless they needed to physically remove them because something was going to happen. I don't know. Do you know what I mean? But like, it just seemed so dead to me. I didn't like it.
Maybe, or to regroup. I really thought, oh my God, we're going to get a Casa Amor, and we didn't see it coming. When they said, girls, you're going, that's what I thought was going to take place. I was actually getting excited, like, oh, this is going to be the absolute roller coaster of an episode. They're not even going to be able to get back together for us to even see if Toby and Georgia work out, because we're going to get a Casa. And that didn't happen. So I was prematurely excited for Casa Amor.
Mate, yeah, it did cross my mind as well. I can't lie. Wait, hold on a second. Immature review says she did say yeah at the end. I thought so. I thought I was very wrong. But yeah, she said I'm not entertaining it yet.
Yeah.
Crazy girl. She's a crazy girl. Seriously. So in the villa, Toby and Chris having a bit of a conversation, and basically Chris has been doing damage control on behalf of Toby. You know, Toby just reiterates like G has no blame whatsoever, so people just need to shut up about that. She didn't have a clue what I was going to do. But Chris's point is like, deep down though, she did want it. Do you know what I mean? Like, she was content with Callum, but contentment is not happiness. Girls come back. They go around the fire pit. Toby and Chris take a long time to join. It was awkward. I don't know why they showed us that shot, or they trying to show that Toby and Chris are not in the main group anymore. But it just seemed very, very awkward.
Yeah.
It was made clear that there was no animosity between Allotment and Georgia S. And Josh is taking the role of father of the villa for some reason. I didn't know this guy had this much common sense, but he was just basically, everybody, let's just agree to disagree. You know what I mean? We see Georgia H in the doing her makeup, and she's just like, oh, gonna have to have some big conversations today. I really hate upsetting people, and absolutely nobody responds.
Because they're like, it's not about you, and no one cares about you and Anton in any way, shape, or form.
No, this is Georgia S. Georgia S.
No,
Sorry,
Georgia,
yeah.
Yes. No. Oh, yes. No. When she was saying that, no, I was thinking.
Yeah.
All know that she's going for Toby.
Yeah.
That was why there was a lack of air.
Yeah.
To that, it was like, we know what you're gonna do.
Yep. I think some of the boys were saying that Toby is avoiding the situation. He absolutely is. Allotment is just like, you know, first I got turned down with Chris and now by Toby. It's just like, yeah, shit, this is your life, man. It's tight. You need to reassess something.
Kind of Tom as well, you know.
She keeps on, yes, it's true.
Well, kind of parred her off quite early on as well. That
no,
happened.
Definitely. I did not like what Kaz was wearing at all. I thought it was horrible. I don't know why they're doing that.
They got a lot of skimpy 2 pieces like that a lot of the girls wear. It just feels like they're lacking in proper fashion this time round. Like they've just kind of flung them stuff. Like nobody, you know, like last time, even in the winter one, like there was lots of like dresses and suits.
Yeah.
People are really going for a denim, and it just feels like they've literally given them a box of Lycra bits to play about. I don't know. And her body, I feel like it just looks better in a bit more form. Like just to me, I was like, it looked cheap.
Yeah, I didn't like it. I really didn't like it.
Her makeup is amazing though. Like her makeup has looked better in recent times.
Yeah,
but
definitely.
That whole outfit wasn't doing it
at all. Toby and Georgia S have a conversation, you know. Georgia S reassures him, I know that you're not a nasty person, you know, I know what we have is special. And she relays what Alpaca has said, that Cal was a bit upset and everything. And this is where she says, like, well, I'm not Cal's wife. Do you know what I mean? I didn't think he was going to close things off. I don't want to close things off. I wasn't even thinking in that way. Do you know what I mean? And she also says that, you know, if he wants to compete with our past, I mean, he knows. He should know. She was basically like, he should know there is no competition. Like, she made it absolutely clear. But she did say, huh?
She was being very feisty.
She was. She really, really was. And she did say to Tobes as well that she didn't want to get hurt. She didn't want to get hurt. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, he was looking at her like, yeah, I feel you, babe. I feel you, babe. I don't want you to get hurt either. Doesn't mean I won't. But yeah, we have this tiny conversation between Anton and Georgia H where they basically closed off connections. They're just going to get to know everybody. I mean, just know each other.
That's what I'm referring to. Nobody cares. Like, they didn't need to. Yes. This scene, zero interest.
It didn't need to happen.
Fictitious. Even if these two ride off into the sunset together, nobody gives a hoot about these guys.
Yeah. And then Callum and Georgia S, they finally have a conversation, asking about where her head is at. She says she missed him today. He was really comforted by that. But then she's like, right.
That was so gross. I was literally like, this girl is... I don't even know if... Has Toby met his match in her? I was just like, she's actually really gross for that last conversation that she's had with Toby. And I'm going by what they've shown us, so that this is the timeline.
Yeah.
then you go over like, I really missed you today, Cal. Like I was literally like, this girl's evil, you know.
Sorry, Mr. Castle, I will ban you. I will banish you. Yeah,
Yeah.
I will banish you.
You want to get
Watch yourself.
blocked.
You're getting banished. It's about dislikes. It'll start that type of stuff. But no, absolutely. I think yeah, she was pissed. She repeated what allotment had said. And saying like, you know, that you was upset because, you know, I didn't reassure you, this, that, the other. And she was just like, you know, I've got every right to hear what Toby's got to say. Do you know what I mean? And it's hard when you're in that situation. Do you know what I mean? And he was just like, well, if I was in that situation, I would have shut it down. She's just like, but you weren't. I was in that situation and it's hard. And, you know, he spilt out his heart. Callum said, but he's made a girl cry, you know? Yeah. And he's just like, he hasn't considered my feelings, her feelings. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know, it's just like, yeah, but, you know, you're trying to tell me how I should feel about this. You're trying to tell me about this. And my thoughts are valid. So she just...
At this point, as we've been talking about all the terms that go around, this convo is gaslighting 100%.
Yes. She basically turned that into an argument because she knew what the outcome was going to be. She needed him to get up and walk away, and she played right into it. And, you know, even the whole kind of like, oh, everyone's staring at us, like, do you know what I mean? You know, it's just like, she just kept on saying like, you're trying to make me feel bad for doing this one thing. Like, bro, you know, Callum just makes it absolutely clear, I am not waiting around. I'm not waiting around. Do you know what I mean? So if that's what you want to do, you're more than welcome to do it. Go for it if you want to go for it. I know he was hurt. He was so hurt. He was so hurt, man. Seriously, I felt for him.
Especially like, Callum, you're literally in Egypt. There's not, if this is what you want to do, remove yourself. Say she can't come back. Like, it's done, dude. Okay, so you're not going to shut it down. Okay, cool. Me and you I'm not an option to you anymore. That's how he needed to end it.
Yeah.
Not you do what you're going to do. Like,
yeah.
No. I was literally like, you deserve this. You picked this girl. You were like, she's wifey material.
Yeah.
After.
You was coming to tell her that I'm closed off. Do you know what I mean? Like, I felt for him because I just thought like, oh, mate, like you got done by George S. Like,
sad. And then you still didn't cut it off with her when she's literally saying, no, you don't know how this feels. Like, he's in a place with his actual ex that he's been with for 3 years. He needed to be like, listen, if Molly came along at this moment in time, how strong I feel for you, doesn't matter how deep my relationship with her is, I was focused on you. And that would have honed in the point. She's there being like, I can't believe you're making me feel bad, Cal. Of course I'm making you feel bad. How do you think I feel? She was just playing in his face. I was literally like, guy, where's your balls? Like, where are they?
You don't have to say that anymore.
Like he's been muted.
Oh, no, I just think he's just like a bit of a. I think he's a nice guy. Like, I just think he's a bit of a nice guy. I think he's just like, you know what? There's no point getting upset about these types of things. And also from his point of view as well, like, he's only known her for a week too. Do you know what I mean? Like, so I don't think he's gonna go like super deep and lose his temper over someone like that. He won't even lose his temper over Molly. So why is he going to lose his temper over George S?
He can shut it down. He was ready to be like, I'm all in for you halfway through this process. He was ready to do that. He should now remove himself as an option from her plate. Like, I'm off the menu now. That's it. Done.
Yeah.
That's it. We had a good time, Georgia. You know what? I'm not even an option. You just need to crack on with Toby. That's all he needed to say to her. Don't have her in your face and making you feel bad for wanting her to shut it down like you would have done. Like, she's literally making you feel bad for that. And then being like, you're not allowing me to have my own thoughts. Like, crazy.
But do you think, yeah, that that if he had a different approach where he was more like Toby and he was just like, you know what, babe, I know this is different, this has come out of the blue. Because he said earlier, I trust you, I believe you, yeah. And now it's just like, from her point of view, you could argue that his head has been twanged by the boys. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, he's changed his opinion, because before he was like, I believe you. So it's just like, if he had more of a energy of like, you know, like Toby saying like, don't, you know, take time, have space, like all this kind of thing, that he would get her. Do you not think
No,
that's what
because
she wanted?
Toby is no. That's no,
I'm
no.
trying here.
No. There's no, because you're not. It's not in the same position. He's made the move. He's made the play. Now,
Mm,
what your counter is to not play the game.
mm,
That's the only counter move now. Is to, because he's winning. Like your defense can't be like, I'm gonna beg her or do what he's already winning. You now need to remove yourself. So she
mm,
starts looking back and is like, actually, nah, maybe it's about Cal because he's now removed himself. Like he's
mm.
playing it
Made
wrong.
her
He's
change.
ass wipe, literally, and
Mate,
she
sorry,
will
Erin,
fight.
yeah. Did you see the sandals? She said maybe if Callum changed his BC 200 sandals, he might find bravery. He keeps on wearing the sandals, isn't he?
They are proper Jesus creepers for real, for real.
I
Yeah, no.
agree. I think he might be rusty. Someone else said Boosie was saying Molly was his first girlfriend. Callum isn't familiar with the game. Georgia smiles in your face and makes you feel like you are the only person on earth, only to do the same with another guy 5 minutes later. Yeah, I think it's hard to deal with that. I don't think it's easy for guys or girls if you're on the receiving end of that. Do you know what I mean? I just want Callum to be okay.
Okay, I'm not even saying it's easy to do, but
Mm,
honestly, have some self-respect.
yeah.
That's all it
I
is.
feel yeah.
He traveled, yeah. He had a bit of time, like so.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe that's the work that Molly was talking about that he needed to do. Instead of being in 16 different vaginas, he needed to be working on rebuilding himself to have some self-respect and standards, so that women don't treat him any which way and how. That's what he
Fair.
needed to be working on.
Fair. I agree, immature with you. I do feel a little bit sorry for kind of. I know he needs to find self-respect and all that kind of stuff, but I do. But I do. I feel for him a little bit, man. Guys, make sure you're hitting that like button, please. There's a lot of you in the room now, so make sure you're
Yes,
hitting that.
for real. We really do need to have 100 likes on this live. Like
That
we
would be
should.
amazing.
There's
Yeah.
almost 150 of you in here, which is awesome. But we also need the likes up so that we have even more people in the chat for us to be busting joke with.
Yeah. Erin says that seems to be lacking in the villa. Shame. No one has shame.
Oh.
It's true. Shame. People aren't here for it anymore. It's gone. That's so 2023. It's like, what's I gonna say? So then they showed a clip of Sunday night. Well, not a clip, but they said welcome to the PDAs or something. What was it called?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
PDA.
Yeah. Do we know what that means? Like, I'm thinking, is this not movie night? It's not movie night, it's something else. Because they done an awards in the last, not Love Island Games, the other one. They done something there. They did do an award show.
They had changed it. It was an award ceremony, isn't it? Because they
Yeah.
showed the clip and then you had to accept your award. I'm
Right.
thinking
Okay.
maybe it's a spin on that. But PDA is obviously that's like public affection, isn't it?
That's what I thought. Yeah. It's like the grafties. Yeah.
Yeah, that was it. It was the grafties.
Yeah.
I'm hoping it is like the grafties for real, for real.
Yeah.
And what they are going to show us is those comfy moments that people have had, that when they're relaying the story, they're not telling it true.
Yeah. Like, I just want to see Georgia, Tom. I want to see those moments. Yeah. Georgia and Tom, they're going to kill it. I need all the secrets.
Ira, I think, or Ira, is saying, I think it's to do with social media.
Maybe.
if they started reading out the response tweets or something to the events,
that would be
that
amazing.
always mashes up people's heads when they do the social media stuff. So maybe it's that.
Yeah. Oh, they'll show the nomination clips and the person's names with the clips and announce the winner. Oh yes, because they have us vote. They had us vote last time. That was it. And they voted on social media, and hardly anyone knew about it.
Yeah, new for real, for
Yeah.
real.
Because remember, that's when Mitch got mad.
Yes.
Yeah.
Erin says PDA better be movie night because it's that award shit. I'm going to be livid. Yes.
Sorry, Erin.
I need clips of what has taken place because we've been asking for it, and I don't care if it's an award.
Top moment, I think we need to see the conversation between Georgia and Sophie when she was just like, oh, I'm not really feeling him so much, like when that took place. I think we need to see Tom and Georgia S playing Truth or Dare by themselves.
Yes.
I think what else? I think we need to see Georgia H talking about how she doesn't feel anything with Anton. She ain't got no fanny flutters. Nothing. I think that would be good.
Yes, we definitely need to see that.
What else is incriminating?
Josh talking to Joanna about being open 100%. We need to see. Yeah, most definitely Georgia and the. See, this is the thing. I don't think there is going to be a Casa Amor.
I don't think so either.
Going to happen. Yeah.
I don't think so either. Molly's going to be mad. Yeah, I know. She is.
I need Molly to switch on Georgia S properly. Yeah. It's brutal. Like, they've had their little argument, but I need a full on rampage like what Faye did to Teddy. That you know, go off and you come back shouting again. Like, we need that.
Yeah. I'm trying to think, like, is there any Arabella ones? Not really.
Only Arabella and Tom. Because she did tell us that she wasn't really flirting and there wasn't any attraction there.
Oh, okay. Not really. There's not really, is it? Maybe her and Toby doing bits, but everyone seems to know about that.
And you know, there's always somebody that gets off, like whenever they do this exposing thing. Like, Kaz hasn't done anything, so she should be fine.
She hasn't done anything. Not that we know of. Has she chatted anyone? Oh, Toby telling. No, they all know now. But Toby telling Kaz about who nominated. Maybe the Anton thing.
That could come up.
Because that could be, because that could be like Anton could have some thing about that. Because so why you don't want to be.
Yeah. That could take place.
Every incel needs a good pick me.
Toby and Georgia S for the win. Rally up your troops then, yeah, because I don't mind a black man winning, so make it happen.
I mean, I don't know. I'm not pressed. I'm not pressed. Like, in this season, I'm not pressed about who wins. Do you know what I mean? I think, like,
for real. Of all of them in there, I wouldn't mind Toby or Kaz winning.
Toby, Kaz can win. I think even Molly can win. I don't know. Like, I feel like she's been kind of true to herself. I don't care for Georgia H and who else? Sophie, I don't mind either.
Yeah, Sophie could win.
Yeah. Oh, well. Yeah. I think, the one I do not want Allotment to win at all. No, she can't.
I mean, she can come out soon. This is the only other thing, though. Like, somehow Toby and Georgia S need to redeem themselves within the public so that they don't just get voted out the next.
They need to save them. They need to go on a date. They need to go and thingy. They need to show Toby, like, you know what, I'm so sorry. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's all about you. Yeah. I really, really feel for you. And this is so hard for me because you know, I've only had one girlfriend. Do you know what I mean? So this is so hard. And like, just her lapping it up and then her putting bows in her hair and being excited and then it paying off that she's excited. Do you know what I mean?
He's got to do that with Arabella and Callum as well. Like, somehow they've got to be like, you know what? Okay, this is their love story. Yeah. And they start to forgive them. Then the public will, but this is their love story. Yeah.
I think it might be Tom and Molly, though. I don't know.
They're probably set to win, innit?
But then I thought Tom was going to win with Sammy, and that didn't happen.
True.
You know.
True. Didn't they come second though?
Second or third, I can't remember.
Yeah, yeah. Janelle was saying the same thing. At this stage, Molly and Tom are the strongest couple. Kind of are.
Crazy, isn't it? Janelle, it's crazy. It's crazy. So to say, we already got the wedding.
Gun blazing, you're a joker.
They're organized. At least the incels are organized.
We'll round up the troops. Guys, assemble. Download the app.
Oh, cracking up. I'm cracking up. Seriously. Okay, cool. On that note, guys, thank you so much for joining us on this fine Saturday. Have a great weekend. Sorry, we'll be back on Monday at 12. Make sure you're following us, though, because if that time changes, you'll be the first to know. Subscribe to our channel, Your Aunties Could Never, Nana Evans, and hey, it's Sade Salami. Book the like button, subscribe, as I said. If you're watching this later, get involved in the comments as well. We do always get back to you guys, and share with like-minded people. We're trying to grow our family. All right?
Yeah.
See you later. Bye.
Monday, guys. Bye.
Bye.